Good morning, guys. Tony here. So in this video, what I want to do is I want to share some business ideas. Now, before I jumped on, I went to my list. This is a list of business ideas that I've been growing for years. I don't even know when I started it. It's an email thread that I send back and forth to myself. What I'm hoping to do is take this list and start to record individual videos for each individual idea. Now, what's important is I explain this is not something that I'm telling you to do. This is an idea that I'm sharing with you. I have not done it. I have not known anybody to do it. But I hope that this serves as inspiration for you to either use elements or concepts that I share here into improving your own business, or maybe this will inspire you to launch a new business. So behind me on the screen, I'm inside a free SEMrush account. SEMrush is a tool that allows us to do keyword research and kind of check out competitor websites. One of the things that I've shared videos on before is if you're a therapist with no audience. I'm going to grab full screen for just a second. So if you're a therapist with no audience right now and you're like, how do I even get my message out there? Because nobody sees the content that I create. Nobody hears the podcast that I share. I would say one of the easiest ways is, one, go find an audience. So if you don't have an audience, connect with someone who does, add value to their audience, and they will introduce you to their audience. The second way is to see what's already successful out there and piggyback on that success. And that's why we're going to learn a little bit about keyword research today, but more just so you can kind of plant the seed of an idea that maybe will grow. So I wanted to highlight, I'm not a physical therapist who treats cyclists or bikers, but I know a lot of you are. So if I was in that space, I would think, okay, what's one of the most popular brands right now? Now, Peloton is a popular brand for the general consumer. I'm sure there are road bikes with kind of smaller communities, tribes that focus on that particular brand bike. But we're going to talk about Peloton because it's got a bigger audience. It's got more individuals that we can reach. So if I was a physical therapist who specialized in treating cyclists or had the knowledge base to treat cyclists, I would start creating content focused on Peloton. And behind me, you can see on the screen, if we look at just Peloton, the word, it's got 450,000 monthly searches. It's incredibly competitive to try and rank for just the word Peloton. It's got a 91 out of 100. The lower the number, the less competitive. But as we go down the list, we can see Peloton bike goes down to 135,000 search volume per month, 74 keyword difficulty. If we keep going down, we can see let's find something that's kind of relevant. We've got Peloton Lululemon partnership, 14,800 a month, 42 search volume. Peloton shoes. Like if I was a therapist and I talked about cycling and I wanted to talk about Peloton shoes, I could talk about, and I assume these are the shoes that clip into the spinning bike, but I could talk about how to pick the right shoe for somebody with a bunion. I could talk about how to pick the right shoe to prevent any kind of toe issues, blisters. I could talk about plantar fasciitis. There were so many things specific to the keyword Peloton shoes that I could focus on. Now, if I make the keyword difficulty filter so that there's no keywords more difficult than 40, now we can see we've got some other things here, Peloton careers, Peloton weights. So like 4,400 search volume, 36 keyword difficulty. If I grab that keyword and I take a look at what's ranking right now for that keyword exact match, we can see Amazon. So if I was a therapist, I would buy these weights from Amazon, or I would find a way to get hands on these weights. I would record videos for these weights. I would record workouts for these weights. And then what I would do is I would make sure that I was on the Amazon influencer program. I would record and upload videos just like this to the Amazon shoppable video program. But then I would start to create training programs using the Peloton weights. I would create training programs for cyclists in their 50s. I would create training programs for Peloton dumbbells or weights for men with knee pain. I would create programs for osteoarthritis. I'd create programs for stenosis and low back pain. I would go so deep down that niche, focus on a specific keyword that I can rank for, that I have a chance to beat or be in the top 3 organic on Google. And then what I would do, so now all of this so far, this is just laying the groundwork. This is like, all right, this is, I don't have an audience. I'm going to leverage the Peloton audience. I'm going to figure out how to get my message in front of them. But then what I would do is I would create a private coaching offer. So in other words, if there's an individual, and let me show you an example. I know I just stopped sharing the screen. So I created an article, and that's probably why I'm thinking of Peloton. Peloton after knee replacement. I'm not a cyclist. I've said that like 100 times. But my article right now is ranking number 1 here, but usually in the top 3. And so the idea is if somebody has a knee replacement, which several of the patients in my total knee replacement support group have, they're going to look and they're going to type questions like this. Can you ride a Peloton after a knee replacement? Can you use a spin bike after knee replacement? What is the best exercise machine after knee replacement? So I leverage the person looking for something Peloton specific. That is a less competitive way for me to get in front of people as opposed to spinning bike specific, as opposed to just general bike specific or general exercise. So these are things that I think any of us could create a coaching program, charge $250 per session, focus it all online, telehealth, virtual, where you're helping individuals return to their prior level of training, specifically for Peloton, specifically for osteoarthritis or knee pain or back pain or any specialty you want to focus on. And I think that what it allows therapists who don't have an audience yet to do is to leverage the power of an existing audience.